This video is for entertainment purposes only, and it is not meant to bully or harass anybody.
You wicked, wicked devil!
We start at Jezebel.com. The rich kids are fine. For a melee of early 2000s California rich kids like Hilton and Kardashian, the press was a ladder to fame in the form of reality television, granting affluent 20-somethings rebellious notoriety simply for being wealthy and useless. I don't feel like looking at that article, but what I do know this about rich people is they are not fine, and they still have all their issues too. And when you're rich, you can get into extra trouble because you got lots of money for drugs, and strippers, and cars, and whatever you want. The Kardashians, the making of Kim Kardashian superstar. She is a superstar. And I'm sure you all remember her breakout video with Ray J. And allegedly, her mother filmed that. But that's only a rumor. There's no way that could happen. Chris Pines is in a 3-way beauty competition against his springtime and his dog. All right, so that's Jezebel. Thank you, Jezebel. And we move on to TMZ.com. And I don't think the headline was written very well on this one. Male shrinkage. Penises shrinkage caused by pollution, so claims scientist. If you're a guy and didn't care about pollution before today, you might want to rethink that stance because your manhood and that of any future sons is being seriously truncated because of it. So says a scientist. Dr. Shanna Swan, a professor of environmental medicine and public at NYC's Mount Sinai Hospital, made the starting claim in a new book of hers explaining that based on her research, male penises are getting historically smaller due to manufacturing byproducts. So Ms. Shanna Swan did extensive research with penises. The substance in question is called phthalates. I don't know if I said that right. It's PHTHALATES, which are chemicals created in the production of plastics, which when exposed to the human endocrine system, screws with our natural hormone process, a dynamic that Dr. Swan says is affecting our reproductive organs. She cites different peer-reviewed studies in her findings, which say there's a scary trend of modern-day babies being born with noticeably shorter members, which she directly links to the phthalates she says are seeping into our toys and even some of the foods we eat. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Labs testing mystery objects. What the hell was in there? This is exclusive news. The guy who says he found shrimp tails and other disturbing objects in a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch is going coast to coast to answer the burning question, what the hell did he eat? Jensen Karp, husband of Boy Meets World star Danielle Fishel, and that's Topanga. I love Topanga. Tells TMC labs across the country are offering their services to figure out what exactly is in his box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, including one here in Los Angeles and another in New Jersey. So they found shrimp tails in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And then you can look at a gallery of stars eating cereal. That's neat. Demi Lovato, I was hooked on heroin before OD. Did meth and crack too? Demi Lovato says she should have died weeks before her near-fatal overdose because she was using a frightening list of hard drugs when she relapsed in 2018. And the relapses are the deadliest. That's when people really fall off the wagon. Demi reveals the night she ended 6 years of sobriety, she began experimenting with drugs she'd never tried before, including meth, and she mixed it with Molly, cocaine, marijuana, alcohol, and OxyContin. That's all in one night, and I think that's crazy. Sober for 6 years, and then one night you just blow it all. She says that alone should have killed me, but it didn't. And Demi says weeks later she was introduced to heroin when her dealer didn't have her usual Coke and Xanax cocktail to her. Eventually, Demi says she was physically dependent on the drugs while also abusing alcohol and hiding it from all the people around her. I don't know a whole lot about Demi Lovato, but that takes a lot of bravery to come out and say all that. Update. Everything Jessica Simpson wrote about Nick's split and just released diary entry. And I know Jessica Simpson has a book, and she was a booze hound too. When you're in a work environment where people are spilling champagne all over each other, I can see how it's real easy to party all the time. Prince, Paisley Park to display his ashes, marking the 5th anniversary of death. It doesn't seem like it's been that long. Prince is a Jehovah's Witness, and the entire Jackson family were raised Jehovah's Witnesses as well. All right, now on to the dark news. This is from CBS58.com. Teens charged in random attack of woman raped and beaten to death in Milwaukee County Park. This was on September 16th, 2020, and I'm sure the media just didn't see it. An Asian woman was stripped, raped, and beaten to death in broad daylight. This story is horrific, and it's like a horror movie. And one thing that was even more disturbing is it wasn't talked about, and that's a trend in the media. And how do we fight that? We stop watching them. Look at our own news stories. Follow me, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll tell you the real news. There's been a lot of scary news lately, and the fear can control your mind. It can make you paralyzed. But when you see things the way they are, events are almost predictable. I read the book Behold a Pale Horse by Bill Cooper many years ago. The entire audiobook is available for free on YouTube, and I'll link it below. At the very end of the book, he talks about something called Project Orion. And this is all allegedly entertainment purposes only. Bill Cooper specifically said disinformation documents were slipped into the secret documents he had access to. I don't remember his exact title, but he was high-level Navy. He said, the government encouraged the manufacture and importation of military firearms for the criminals to use. This is intended to foster a feeling of insecurity which would lead the American people to voluntarily disarm themselves by passing laws against firearms, using drugs and hypnosis on mental patients in a process called Orion. So these people were hypnotized to perform certain acts, and some of those acts were violent. According to Bill Cooper, this project is intended to terrify the American citizen. If you've noticed, a lot of my videos are about the brain and trauma-based mind control, the computers. And I'm no expert, but this is stuff I love to study, and I'm sharing with you what I'm finding. So all that was really intense. Let's end with some Kontrust. Kontrust is an Austrian nu metal band. There are actually 2 girl lead singers, and they look almost exactly alike. When one becomes pregnant and can't tour, the other one fills in. So I always thought that was interesting. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the Wall of Death. I have never seen a Wall of Death at a concert. It looks pretty dangerous, though. And I don't think I'd want to do that. But here is the Wall of Death. Oh, and this is a great video. It shows footage of a music festival in Europe, and those are massive festivals with crowds as far as the eye can see. And Kontrust does not tour in America, and I can see why. They can sell out those huge festivals over there, and I'm sure it's a pain in the ass. You get your passport and pack up all your shit and have to deal with all the crazy Americans. But I think that's cool, and I'll probably listen to some Kontrust later today. And thank you for watching Gen News Now. I hope you liked that presentation. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.